Let me show you something absolutely insane, and that is this indicator. I'm going to show you forward testing. Let's get into it. So look at this. These are the trades, example of trades that this indicator put on. This one is what? 26R, this one 26R. Look at this. This is an indicator that's getting switched on and off, right? These are the sorts of signals this indicator gives. So I'm going to explain to you how it works, and we're going to get into some things and what I think is the right way to trade these markets. So first, let me show you the forward testing. I've been trading this live. I'm in this position on US 100. Risked $800 on this account. You can see here we have $14,000 floating, $107,000 equity. This is paper trading, but it's still real. You can see that this trade actually happened. This is the average because I started here and I added on up here. US 2000 also running at 3R, US 500 around break even. And then as far as crypto, we have Bitcoin running, and we had ETH. We had a monster long on ETH that got stopped out like this, and that's fine. Ran for about 6R. So those are the real trades in terms of, well, it's paper trading, but it's still real. What am I doing with my money right now? I have my money in bots trading Forex, and I'm waiting for the next dip buy to trade this indicator. However, it takes months. This thing doesn't give very many signals, and we just got one. We just got a series of them, and I'm waiting patiently. So it may not happen till July, August, September. I don't know. You can buy the breakouts. That's part of the system, but I don't like it nearly as much. The dip buys are by far the best. So let's play around with the signal a little bit. Now, I'm let me tell you that this is a beta version of the signal. It's missing certain features. This is me reappropriating the Forex signals to the Market Timing Pro. So it's not going to be perfect. It's missing a couple things. It's missing the breakout buys. It's missing um, a stop loss setting, and it's missing certain entries that should happen that this isn't gonna show. And also the TP isn't actually how I would run a TP. Usually you're gonna get stopped out with advancing your stop. But let's just take a look. So what we do have on this indicator right now is we have the long signals, and we can adjust our stop and TP based on the average true range, which is the daily range. So let's look at some of these. Let's start with ETH. We can see that, hey, recently we got a buy signal on Saturday the 13th, and we got a buy signal on Wednesday the 1st. Both of these could still be running. Again, I advanced my stop and I got stopped out at a big winner. You could also run these tighter stops if you wanted to and wouldn't have been stopped out. This one would have been close though, but that's an example of recent. Here's a couple other ones. This one and this one, we had a buy signal on September 23, and we had a buy signal, sorry, September 11 and a buy signal on October 12th. Neither would have been stopped out, and both could still be running, or we could have exited right at the top for, what is that, 27R, something like that. Let's take a look. How much is that? With the current settings that we have on, would be 32R. How do we like them apples? Now, we had some losing signals. So here's the thing. One of the things I really like about our system is that we use a stop loss. I was in some signal groups early on in my trading, and what I saw that I didn't like was that they would give a buy signal and no stop loss, and then I would see in the group people shove all in, and then price dumps 50%, and they're like, fuck. And the group leader is like, well, I told you, just keep working your job. and average down. And I hated that. I really like having a stop loss because look, we can lose one, we can lose two, we can lose three even, and then one of these is 30R, right? But you need to have your capital ready to buy and not be uh, lose everything, right? So we also have this one. This one would have worked, never been stopped out, a buy on March 23rd. Sorry, on March 9th. And then we had an exact bottom buy. We bought the day of the exact bottom, the November bottom, November 9th, 2022. And that one could be running for basically forever. Going back, we're going to look at some other assets too. So see, there was losing trades during the bear market. Although there's going to be a setting where there was a short here actually, which would have paid for all that. But again, you lose one, two, three, four, five, six, seven even. And if you don't have a stop loss though, it's much worse. Say you risk 1%, you lose seven. It's better than being down seven. You're down 7% instead of down 70% at one point, right? So that seems much better. And then you're just going to make it back by going up 30% here and 50% there, right? Depending on what you risk. So I wanted to look at ETH going back further. So we also see we caught this bottom. It wouldn't have gone all the way to TP, but there might have been an advance. There would have been a sell signal here to get out. It bought this bottom here in June. But then what was really impressive is it caught a nice entry on September 6th, 2020 that ran for as long as it needed to run, right? It could have run for hundreds of R if you hold. The previous signal before that also held for a very long time, forever. This one eventually came all the way back, but this one ran extremely well. And then the bear market, we have some that go sideways and then come down. But then look at this. These ones also never stopped out. This one, December 4th, 2018, and February 2019, run forever, right? These ones. And then there's a number of losing signals in the bear market, although some of them for these bear market rallies pretty nice. But one, two, three, four, five, six straight losers is going to happen, but that's why you need a stop loss. And that's why we put a stop loss. Sometimes you're going to be down 6%, other times you're going to be up 100%. You need that to protect yourself. So let's move on. Let's look at some other assets. Again, this is beta. It needs work. Let's hide indicators, or sorry, hide drawings. I want indicators on. So what I'm noticing is we had a couple potential losers, but we had a winner right here on October 23rd. And that ran for fucking ever. Still running. And then, like I was saying, we just got a couple signals. The first one failed, stopped out. The second one, nice entry, and is running pretty nicely. And that's why I'm saying it's rare, so we need to be prepared to wait months potentially for the next signal. This one held on March 2nd, 2023 as well. This one is running very far. And then we have a number of losers. Actually, this one, yeah, in the bear market. But again, this is beta, missing something as far as entries. Actually, let's check this out. I think there's something we can do that will improve this considerably. And that's, yeah, so that takes off a number of the losers. We still have loss here, loss here. This one actually gives a sell signal here, so this one would have paid for that. And this one, there might have been a sell signal here, but it's not too bad. Now, if we look though, This entry works awesome. This entry works awesome. That one does not. This one does not. This entry works awesome. Some losing signals down here. This signal works pretty great. This signal works pretty great. This one not quite. This one not quite. This one not quite. So far looking better for ETH, but another thing we could do as well, we can adjust. I can widen up the stops. That might help a little bit. Now this one's works. Now this one works. Oh, let's look at some other ones too. Let's look at US 30. Not giving a signal here. We got the bottom, so it gives a buy on the bottom. Um, buy here, buy here. The signal works pretty well. This one doesn't. These signals work decently, depending on your TP setting. One kind of interesting. Definitely looks like better for ETH from what I'm seeing so far, but again, needs work. So EU50, this one didn't get stopped out. This one looks awesome. Really good buy down here, October 22 as well. Get at the bottom of the bear market. This one's a lot of sideways on EU50. This signal would have worked pretty great. Let's look at JP225. And I want to look at gold too. JP225 is looking kind of nice though. Wouldn't have quite worked here. But down in here we have two entries that worked. And again, we're going to take some losses, but all it takes is one winner for these to pay for so much, right? And it beats investing where maybe you're not getting stopped out, but you're end up underwater in a lot of these bear markets. So this one would be running at 17R. So pay for 17 losses, right? Okay. I'm not seeing any of these really snagging the March 2020 bottom perfect. Bought this bottom nicely. Bought these bottoms super nicely down here. Here we have 1, 2, 3 straight entries that would run forever, never get stopped out. Although it takes years for that. Let's look at gold. Well, gold caught the recent, gold looks kind of nice, right? We had a buy here, run up to all-time highs. We had a buy here as well. This one fails. We had an awesome buy here. So, I mean, we could look at a bunch of losses, but just the fact that we had 3 buys that run forever would pay for so many, right? To where we are. Pays for a lot of losses. 14R on that one. Although I have my stop set extra wide, let's see what happens if we set the stop loss tighter. If it really hurts us, cut it in half. Doesn't change these 3 entries and doubles the profitability. So we're looking at 30R, 60R, 90R. Some losses coming down. Number of failed signals. But then we have this one, right? This one works. When this one works, how far does it run? Potentially 50R. 70R. Who cares if you take 5 losses in a row? If your win is 70 times your risk, right? Still, I think it is maybe not the best for gold. And there's another indicator that you can use with gold. But here's one as well. Here's one winning signal, which never gets stopped out and runs forever. Um, yeah. Okay. The last thing I'm going to look at is some random crypto assets. Actually, I want to look at the crypto market as a whole. So let's look at total. Bought the March 23 dip perfectly. Bought the September dip perfectly. And bought the May dip. Okay. Had some losing entries. A couple losing entries with stops. Lose couple losing entries. December 2019. Did buy the absolute bottom of the December 18 bottom. So here's pretty insane buy here, December 2018. And this is also individual coins will give signals, but this one is like a signal across crypto to buy in December 2018 on December 7th. And I mean, we all know how that went. We also had a little dip buy here where we got a buy signal on December or July 10th, 2017, mid bull market where it runs forever. Runs forever. We also had a excellent buy on August 2016 here that runs forever. So something to pay attention to. Oh, let's look at total 3, which excludes Bitcoin and ETH, and see how the signal does here. Hide drawings. Really, no signals. Yeah, okay, the signal needs adjusting. We got the December 22 bottom. Perfect. And that's all you really need. Is run it up from there. We also have, I mean, this one worked until it came back. We got the December 2018 bottom perfectly. Again, this isn't meant to be the highest win rate strategy as an investor, but when you get an entry that sticks and you stick with it, double your account, triple your account. So stay tuned. This is the beta. I'm going to have the full indicator. I don't know. I'm waiting for the developer. It's going to happen at some point. Um, but in the meantime, don't worry. There's no signal right now anyways, other than the one that happened recently. So we're just sitting in these positions and we are waiting. Where's the signal? I saw a signal on US 100 now. US 100. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, if you're interested, there's an early sign up link in the bio, so you check that out. But if you would trade like this, let me know. I like trading this way.